Hello everyone, how are you guys all doing today? My name is Mirko and welcome back to another Black Ops 4 tips video. So in today's video guys, I'm going to be giving you one crucial tip in order for you to stay alive in Black Ops 4 and do well every game, get your score streaks. But before I do get into that, I just want to say if you're not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to do so down below so you don't miss any future Black Ops 4 tips and also Black Ops 4 discussion videos. Now that out of the way, let's move straight into this tip. So I'm going to be discussing retreating. I'm going to be discussing when to retreat and also how to retreat in Black Ops 4. So when you guys are in a gunfight or even in multiple gunfights, depending on what sort of situation you're in, you don't tend to think beforehand about the gunfight. You just want the end result, and our minds are developed in a way in which we'll try hard to get our end result. In that case, being able to kill the enemy or multiple enemies, as I said, depending on what situation you're in. But we don't actually think beforehand most of the time, and you'll be surprised that actually retreating away from a gunfight can save your life. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop an example on screen. So as you guys can see, so if we go over to one of these examples in this gameplay, as you guys can see, I'm just going to pause in the most crucial moment where you need to make your decision. So I can see that the enemy is ready to start shooting at me, and he's without a doubt going to get the first shot, and my crosshairs are nowhere near the enemy. So what I decided to do is I decided to retreat from that gunfight, and if I would have gone for it, I probably would have died in the outcome. And as you guys can see, he put quite a few bullets into me, so if I would have gone for it, I would have died. So that's just one example of how retreating can actually save your life. So let's get into how to retreat and when you should retreat as well. So it actually takes a lot of skill to be able to think that fast, because there's only about 1 second where you have the time to think, do I continue shooting or do I just retreat? So if you feel like the gunfight is at a 50-50 level, you've put a few bullets into the enemy's put a few bullets into you, but you feel like you're not sure, I would always retreat in that situation, because although you could potentially pick up the kill, I think it's much more important staying alive and trying to get your score streaks. The only time I suggest continuing on that gunfight is if you're about 70% certain that you're going to win the gunfight overall. So if you put the first few shots into the enemy's only put one shot or he's not hit you at all, then the good thing about Call of Duty is that you'll be able to tell straight away as soon as you get into an engagement whether or not you've got a good chance of winning that gunfight. And if there's any doubt at all, then I'll just find a place to run away or get some cover. That's why it's always good to make sure you've got cover around you. Now as I said, this is not something you can do straight away, because the mind plays a really tricky thing in this situation, because you are very tempted to try and kill the enemy, and because the temptation is always there, then it's going to be very hard to start retreating in a lot of gunfights. But trust me, once you get this going, you will stay alive so much more longer in this game, and it will actually come to a surprise to you how much more you'll survive. Now the best way to practice retreating is playing in core. You don't want to be playing in hardcore, because hardcore just won't give you that chance to escape, and it won't give you that retreat practice that you need. So core is the best way to go, as you've got a lot more health as well. Now I really wanted to do this video because I feel like this is a tip that hasn't really been discussed at all in Black Ops 4, and I feel like this is a very vital part in Black Ops 4 to stay alive a lot longer. So I'm going to wrap this video up here guys. Be sure you're subscribing so you don't miss any future tips that you probably wouldn't see on other channels, as I cover very in detail tips and very in detail strategies in order for you to do well in Black Ops 4. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I catch all of you guys out in another video.